It's just not enough time, I swear.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good
Oh my
morning.
God. I feel, I had a Red Bull starting this morning. I'm having a coffee. I woke up at 5 in the morning for some weird reason, and I start tweeting from that moment on. Actually, I catch up on all the prices. Was able to actually check my mind AI thing, my Mindo thing. We're gonna talk about that. Benho, I know. We're gonna talk about
Well,
it. But today is super special because we want to welcome back to another episode of Build Mode. Well, our Arena Mode, where we get to know about the builders behind, everything that is happening in Web3. And today we're going to dive into perps on AVAX. And we got the founder of TradeStar, Chiron, with us. Chiron, welcome. How are you?
I'm great, thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me back again. Obviously, we've got a little bit more time this time, but yeah, it's great to be back, and it's great to be obviously on the arena mode this time rather than
the coffee break. Yeah, we're super excited to have you, but we have to set the vibe. So, my very first question is, before we dive into all the features of TradeStar, take us back to the beginning, to when you first started building, and what's that story behind TradeStar? What problem did you see that made you decide, like, I'm going to build this?
So it started back when I was in a centralized business, to be honest. But that business did something completely different. They did sort of more payments than trading. And myself and myself and Hassan both work for the same business. Hassan's the CTO and co-founder, and we were both traded differently. So I did a lot more in terms of traditional markets, like your stocks, commodities, forex. But obviously, being in the crypto and Web3, I still dabbled obviously in crypto quite a bit, but quite a lot actually. But I was more of a hodler than a trader when it came to the crypto side, whereas Hassan was the opposite to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what was frustrating is there wasn't a single platform I could use where I could do everything without either like having to give up custody or, do you see what I mean? I sort of had to give something up to be able to do one or the other. And I found myself having to use multiple platforms. Hassan found the same sort of scenario. And I was like, dude, there's got to be a solution. And we did. We searched and we searched again. Couldn't find one. So it was like, let's just build it ourselves. Right?
Yeah.
Like there is a gap. Evidently, there is a gap there. There was perp dexes around at the time when we were coming up with the concept. There was none that did a bit of everything on chain. It was either crypto or nothing on chain. Obviously, it's diversified a lot since we started building this. And obviously with what we've been seeing in the news more recently around perps, obviously they've become a bit more of a talk of the town. But when we started building this, there was only really like a handful that you could name, or that were sort of crypto household names, if that makes sense. So we obviously decided to build on Avalanche because of obviously our connection there. But yeah, that was the whole idea. Anyway, we both left at the same time. I think Hassan actually left a week before I did, or a month before I left, and started building the actual infrastructure. Then I left. A few weeks later, Hussein, who's our front-end mobile engineer, was let go, and then we found our fourth member of the squad, which became sort of the glue a little bit, was Toba, who does all of our blockchain engineering, and is fantastic. So we're a small team. There's only 4 of us in terms of like 100% operational. Then we have our extended team. Obviously, we have Alex, who's our little intern, who does some of our postings, and then obviously we work with you guys as well to help us with a little bit, which is great. You know, you guys really do help us in terms of that social outreach. But yeah, that was the idea. I went a little bit further than that, but yeah, that's how it was born.
I really like, there's a bunch of facts that I like about Traysta, but definitely one of my favorite, it's not only that it's self-custodial and fully on-chain, but that there is, you know, the accessibility to, you know, markets. They are, you know, extended between like RWAs, commodities, metals, you know, you name it, you know, and crypto itself, you know, and I feel like a lot, it's so funny because when I began in crypto back in 2019, this type of ideas were like so far beyond, like so far, like it was something that people were not really thinking about into build, and there was a lot of bridges actually for you to pair one thing to another thing. So it's incredible to actually see the product already, you know, aligned with what the ecosystem can offer, and I am super excited. That's why for the vision that Avalanche is going into, you know, going full, with institutions trying to kind of build a market that really works also for, you know, all of us, you know, the whole ecosystem. So I'm excited about what you guys are building. Is there, and I don't want to move because I know, you know, Banjo kind of like already told you about this building, but let's go into why. And this is like okay, I like this question because I like to know about why AVAX.
Okay.
You know, but the you know, a lot of people is like they feel like this is something that everyone asks about. But I really sincerely want to know the true facts into why did you pick AVAX? Because I mean, you could have gone to Solana.
Yeah, true. The reason we chose Avalanche was because of our approach of we wanted to do all markets anytime, anywhere, right? And when you look at that and you actually put that into practice, it's a lot more difficult on some of the other chains. Number one, Avalanche is already moving down that path of RWAs, and they have gone full force at it. Whereas a lot of the other chains that we could have chose to build on, I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to be that guy, but some of the other networks that we could have chose to build on have yet to even start looking at the sort of more corporate aspect of the chain. You mentioned one just before. I'm not going to rename them, but if we'd have chose them, they'd become more of a meme type market, in my opinion. And whilst they're a great network and they're fast, they don't have the institutional backing in terms of the corporations and the corps and the tokenization that's happening over here on Avalanche. Not only that as well, I think with Avalanche, you've got that scalability. They've been quite supportive of us as well. We're obviously backed by Avalabs and Avalanche, and they've been really supportive in terms of what we want to do, and they've guided us both through from a technological point of view, so from an infrastructure point of view as well, which you don't necessarily get anywhere else. We did speak to quite a few chains, I'm not going to pretend, because we toyed with it needed to be an ERC. It needed to be an EVM network. That was one thing that we wanted it to be, because if we did decide in the future to do something that was more multi-chain, for example, it would need to have the capability to switch, right? And AVAX has that. It needed to be scalable, obviously, because the amount of transactions that can happen on a perp DEX at such a quick speed as well, especially when you've got multiple different users all doing trades at the same time, it needed to be scalable. Avalanche has definitely got that. And not only that as well, it needed to be one that had a user base that were willing to adopt a perps. And not only that, but willing to also adopt something slightly different in the way that we operate, because we're not like a traditional perp DEX. We wanted to give more of that sex appeal, if you want. That was a rubbish joke.
No pun intended here. No pun intended.
CEX for the ones at home.
CEX, okay?
Charlie X-ray, yeah, whatever. And to do that, I think it made sense to build an Avalanche. And the community are fantastic as well over here on Avalanche. I don't think we've had a bad bit of. We've had feedback, which has been obviously constructive, but we've not had like any. We've never felt a bit of bad blood. Whereas if you go to some of the other chains, it's kind of like there's all the infighting and that type of stuff. And I ain't here for that. I'm too peaceful of a guy to deal with that stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think Avalanche community is what's kept me here so long. Like coming in 2021 and being a baby to like crypto, right? Like I had a year under my belt and still didn't even understand. And like, you know, they were really welcoming, pull me in, taught me everything I know today. And I'm so thankful. And I think about it all the time. Like, where would I have been if this one project, this one community didn't like bring me in and like introduce me to others, you know? And so that every time I get asked in interviews, I'm like, community, like that's all I know how to say is like the community is what is so amazing. But you already
we're on Arena right now. We're obviously on Arena, and that specific community, I'm not saying that because we're on Arena right now, but when we first, this is obviously why we approached you guys. When we first started doing our socials on X, we didn't really get much traction, but on Arena we got a lot of traction, and it wasn't because we were bull posting or we were doing anything like that. It was purely because the community sort of gave you that, like, brought you in, right? Yeah. And helped. And we did a few streams, and I think without that was another reason, right? But Arena had been really, really helpful in terms of that specific community, and then obviously with your guys' help, we've now started to bridge into the wider ecosystem as well. Which has been massively helpful. So mad props to you two as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, love the Arena. Shout out to you guys. We are about to, so let me give a little C to A before I go on to my next question. But if you guys have any questions for Kieran about perps dexes, so I said that wrong. I got new braces this week, so we're lisping everywhere. But if you have any perp dex questions, any questions for Kieran, go ahead and put them in the comment section. We'll be going through and tipping out $1 and asking some of those about halfway through. But let's get back to it. We were already talking about, I feel like that nerdy kid in the movies that's just like, hey everybody, like terrible. I know, I'm like, they're fixing my front tooth. Okay, besides the point. So we've already talked about Avalanche, you know, like the speed and scalability and how that gave you more of a competitive edge, just seeing the fact that like so many transactions are happening so fast. But do you see the Avalanche ecosystem as shaping the future of perps long term? Like, you know, not only are you in the ecosystem, you know, there's a couple others as well. There's, you know, emerging, there's one that's been here for a while, but you guys have been sitting here a minute, and I think it's just that time to get your name out. But shaping the future of long-term perps, what do you see about that?
I think obviously we've been here since May. That's when we launched, and when we launched in May, I think there was only like one or two actually on Avalanche themselves, and what we wanted to do, and what I think really about Avalanche is they will shape the future, not just of perp dexes, but of DeFi in general. There's a big push for them at the moment in that DeFi space, and you can see that with a lot of the new projects that are coming through Avalanche right now, being decentralized perps, and not just perps, but just decentralized finance as a whole. And also, they've always had that sort of social element and that gaming element to them. But I think mix that with DeFi and the real world asset push that they have, I think there's a future for everything on Avalanche. Now, that sounds like a cop out of an answer, and it's not meant to, but there is. I think if you're asking specifically about purposes, what we'll see, and I said this yesterday on another little thing that I was on, but I think with purposes, you'll see a lot of them start coming out of the woodwork now because of the timing and because of what's just happened in the wider crypto ecosystem. You'll see a lot start popping up out of here, there, and everywhere with these bright new ideas. My biggest gripe, and I said this, I'll say this until I'm blue in the face, but a true decentralized platform will never ask you to deposit. Whether you're depositing it into a contract or you're depositing into the chain itself, you're still depositing funds. You're still removing those funds from your custody.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the differentiator needs to be in terms of what will happen. I think Avalanche help their users understand that, and a true decentralized perps will succeed. So I think there's always going to be a longevity for DeFi. We're seeing a lot more people move into DeFi. There's a few users in our community that you wouldn't expect to see within decentralized finance. I was on Spaces yesterday with some other guys that you wouldn't expect. So people are moving into DeFi, and in terms of perp dexes alone, I think there's definitely a long-term future. But what we'll see is regulatory change happening. We'll start to see more of that piece come in for sure, because that's what happened with centralized platforms, right? And I think it's about the protection of the user. So if the platform is a good platform, and it has that deep understanding of the ecosystem it's built on, and not only that as well, looks after its users, both basically from a compliance and a regulatory perspective, and then also as well security point of view, and sticks to that true decentralization and true DeFi methodologies, then they can be successful.
That's awesome. I mean, perpetual contracts, I feel like have, long being a staple, in crypto trading for a very long time. And also, I think this is very new, having an expansion into RWAs, commodities, and metals, kind of introduces those new opportunities for on-chain speculation and hedging. Mm-hmm. And I think that this is exactly what, that gain of adoption for my perspective, and this can be taken full my own speculation, do your own research, whatever. But for me, I think that there was always a centralized environment and a decentralized environment for the last 4 years, and we have building I guess like the centralized aspect has been building their own. They already had it. Traditional finance already exists. It works, right? And I think that we kind of had to put into what we can do and how we can onboard new users into what we're offering, and how you can invest, with the reassurance and trust that platform is going to provide you, not only the benefits, but the trust that your money is you're going to make that money. You're going to be able to get those assets. They are there. You own them. You're self-custodial. It's not like you're buying from someone else to get that in some other wallet. It doesn't work like that. So I really love that part of the execution more than anything. And as much as I love ETFs, I love them. I think it's great for our market. Yes. But I will never do that. I will never do ETFs if it is, because I understand what it is. But not trying to drive the thing through that. I know you guys did this partnership with AVAX, long time, I think around May or March. But I really think that this can serve as a bridge between traditional finance and decentralized finance. And I think that having that bridge is really what AVAX is really trying to build, is that
Great.
path where people are able to, not only invest on the crypto aspect, by using a self-custodial, type of like interaction, but at the same time being able to, go in stocks. And it's kind of like it allows you to have both opportunities. And I think that that's the freedom of it, is having the accessibility to trade in both different worlds, because those are completely different. But yeah, I love what you guys are doing. So walk us through a little bit into what it feels like for a new user logging into TradeStuff for the first time. What's that journey like?
Well, you head to trade.io, you click the launch app button, and then when you obviously enter the application itself, you can also use this on mobile, by the way. But once you enter the application, you're asked to connect your wallet. Now, we utilize Wallet Connect. We also have direct wallet integration as well with the top ones like Core. If you want a gasless transaction, I would use Core. If you're more used to using MetaMask, you can use MetaMask. If you're more security conscious, obviously there's Ledger, there's Trezor. We basically made it so that it didn't matter what wallet you were using, so long as that wallet had USDC on the Avalanche ecosystem and AVAX gas. So it doesn't matter which wallet that you use, whatever you are comfortable using. Myself, for hot, I probably use MetaMask more than most, or I use Core. And then for cold storage, I use both Ledger and Trezor. So for me, I'm one of those guys where I've got multiple different wallets I want to use on the platform, like on a platform, depending on what I'm doing. Now, you just click connect, you connect your wallet, you sign the transaction. Once you've done that, it is done. Then what happens is you select your specific amount of collateral. So collateral refers to the amount of the amount of USDC that you want to enter as your initial sort of trade. So you might say $100. Then you select the amount of leverage. So whatever leverage you have is your collateral times that amount, and that's what your position size becomes. So let's say you went in $100 and you 10x'd it. Obviously, your position size would be 10 times 100. So that's what you open your position at. Leverage basically allows you to go in to have less collateral, but a larger position size. But in return, the platform, in return, basically the platform gives you a price in which you're going to be liquidated should you go over that amount. But once you do that, you click sign, you sign the transaction, those funds are moved to a position manager. The position manager manages your whole position for you. The only person that can interact with that position manager is you, the user, unless you are liquidated. We have no control over it, and we did that on purpose because that is true decentralization, where the blockchain controls. And then that's it. Your position's opened. We have a really nice little interface. I think we have a nice interface anyway. I am biased. But we have a really nice interface. That obviously we partner with TradingView to give us our graphing. Our pricing comes directly from Pyth or Pith. I get told off because I pronounce it wrong every time.
I don't know how to say it either.
So Pyth or Pith is one of the two. I think it's Pith. And those prices are taken from both on and off chain sources and then rewritten on chain. So the price that you see is a collection of the prices together, aggregated from both on and off chain sources. So yeah, you actually trade with the real value of that asset within the real world. So if you're trading gold, silver, or any of the other commodities that we have, if you start trading stocks once they go live, coming soon, guys, then you're actually trading against the real price of that stock on the open market. Our platform operates exactly how a custodial platform would, in terms of we have open and closed markets. So if the market is closed, obviously you don't trade. It gives you it is, as I said before, it gives you a centralized feel, but with decentralized technology, and that's how we built it. But yeah, simple and easy to use.
Your community heard your alpha piece and are going crazy in the chat. Yeah. They are excited. Okay, so I'm just reading them and they're really bullish. So somebody's like, oh my God, he spelled it wrong, but it says stonks coming. It's like that office. Oh my God, it's happening. It's happening.
Stop coming.
Yeah. Dirk said, Have personally placed over 100x trades on Tradesta. Can gladly report an excellent experience. And then Matthew said we should short. We should short. But yeah, so definitely some fun lingo going on in the chat. But one thing that we've really noticed about your platform that stands out is the P&L calculator, which if you don't know what that is profit versus loss. And it will do a pre-calculation before you place your trade if you so choose to click it. But how does this change the way that traders approach risk?
So the P&L calculator was designed to give you an edge basically before you entered the position. So you can basically set what your entry price is going to be. So let's say you're going to enter at $25, for example, and then what your specific exit price is going to be, and the collateral that you're going to use, and then the leverage. So basically, you're able to simulate that trade prior to entering it. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that that is definitely what you're going to earn or definitely what you're going to lose, because it's not directly linked to said market. To the live stream, but it gives you the opportunity as an individual to sort of try the trade out before you enter it. So is that enough? You know, you can then look at it and think, is that enough profit? Do I want to risk that much collateral to make that little profit? Do I need to increase leverage? Do I need to decrease my leverage to make the amount that I want? One thing that I will always say, and this goes against not just leverage trading, this goes on every bit of trading that you do, right? It's all about the psychology. So whether you're in a prediction market, whether you're in leverage, whether you're doing betting, whether you're doing spot, at the same time, it's all about the psychology of yourself and knowing what your own limits are as an individual. So the whole point of the P&L calculator was to make the trader think, okay, is that right? Is that the right trade for me before I enter it? It gives them an added layer of risk analysis before entry, if that makes sense.
Is that part of the management on how to manage the risk on how much you're actually leveraging? It's very difficult, and sometimes you're never. It's very difficult. I'm telling you, I have got liquidated multiple times.
I would always say, so I would never, if you're new to leverage trading or new to crypto, I would never ever promote the platform to somebody who can go and use Tradesta, you know, whatever. Because you're new to it. If there's other ways in the ecosystem to generate money without having to go straight into a leverage platform. With the narrative right now is everybody's making money right now on leverage. So the narrative is, I'm going to make thousands upon thousands of dollars just by trading leverage. What you need to understand is it is risky. It's more risky than trading like a traditional sort of spot or hodling. But obviously, hodling takes longer. So what leverage allows you to do really is hedge against your own position that you hold in your portfolio. But make sure that you're doing it smart and don't ever trade more than what you can afford to lose. Whether that you're using Tradesta or you're using any other platform out there, whether it's centralized or decentralized, just ensure you do not trade more than what you can afford to lose. We've had some success stories on Tradesta, and we haven't had a bad story yet, luckily. We have had success.
There's one right now. I'm sorry to interrupt you. So and we've talked about this one before, so I'm really excited that he came through and posted today. So Raf, I don't know how to say his name because my mouth is not going to let me, but it's like Raf the Fixer. Raf the Fixer.
Raf the Fixer, yes.
Yeah, so he said trading on Tradesta gave me the opportunity to buy the car I have been looking for about 1.5 years, and I never traded before meeting Tradesta.
Wow.
That's
like a shot of like really, really good luck.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
I have meet people that I introduced them to one thing and I put money, I lost it. And then they're like, oh, you know what? I tried. I got like, like 1,200 or like something. I'm like,
why is it the few times that you like actually give NFA, you know, and you're like, I don't normally do this, and it's like that's the advice I'd give to myself, and I go straight to zero, and they're like, oh, you're right, I made $1 million. You're like, damn.
Raf's been in the community for
You're lucky, Van Ho. You're lucky. Van Ho goes into any giveaway and she's like always winning. It's
I
like
win. I don't know
next
what
time
it is.
I'm giving her my ticket so she.
I won LASIK for me and my husband 2 years in a row. Like that
No
was
way.
like, yeah.
Telling you. She
Like
has really good luck.
I always and I don't think it's
Give me the
like,
lottery numbers.
I know.
Give me the lottery numbers.
I don't think it works with money. It doesn't normally work with money. And it did work one time with money, and that was when I traded on this platform with the 20x long, which we'll talk more about the giveaway. There's a lot of people asking about that. It is definitely written in here, but I did like what was like 10x on that, and I had initially like lost $20. So I ended up getting 200, which that from just a giveaway. So I don't know. I mean, it works weird like that, but it's never when I need it, just when I don't need it, which gets me back to Mindo. Oh, we're gonna get into that.
It's mind over matter. Mind over matter.
I don't know about this one though.
But no. Before we do anything, and I think this is kind of like the mid of our, it's the mid of our stream. We should do the actual Trace the commercial. Let's go into that ad.
Well, I think you're about to swap us to a new screen. So if you guys still have questions, I'm still tipping out. So you got questions for Keyron or trade stuff, drop them in here. If I didn't see them, didn't ask, keep asking. I'm tipping dollars to people. Dollar bills, y'all.
Let's go into it. Thank you, everybody, for being that ad.
That is one sexy video. Can't lie.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, that is such a good video. Like, that's one of the best pieces of
it says what it has to say. It's just
it says enough, and
it's specifying exactly what it is. But yes, and is there any other questions that we got?
Let's see. No, we got comments. Love the ad. Very nice. Thanks for the tips. You're welcome, Artie. We love you. Love the music in the video. Slick as well. Oh, and somebody did mention referrals. We'll get into that in a little bit later. Can we see that again? Let's roll her back one more time, Luana. What do you think?
Let's do it again. Okay, let's do it.
Reroll.
Reroll. It's so good.
1, 2, and 3. Let's go.
You know what? Next Monday, I think, for the giveaway for the t-shirt, which he's doing a t-shirt giveaway right now. It's exclusive. Was it like only 5 are being given away? It's very exclusive with the fact that there's only ever been 10, maybe 11, because we're both getting one made.
I love how you put that in there. Like, we are defo game one.
But Luana DJing over here.
What went on then?
We got 2 DJs DJing.
No, I tried to put the picture of the actual giveaway with the t-shirt.
Yeah. I was thinking though, next week we should have your video to be retweeted for that giveaway. Like, must retweet this because it's so good. That needs such a big push. Like, Luana made this, y'all. She's a genius. I just gotta throw that out there. Like,
yeah, she did.
She also designed these t-shirts. She also.
We all help.
I'm just a lackey.
Don't give her all the credit. We all help. Don't give her all the credit.
We all help, okay? We all help. Chill out, people.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's fantastic. We're talking as if you're not here, but yeah, she's fantastic. Great. Have you ever met her? Like, she's absolutely brilliant.
She is. She's like, God, y'all,
okay,
keep talking. Stop it.
We're gonna need a bigger camera. We're gonna have to put her on the bigger screens here.
Put her on the big one. Okay. Well, shoot, I lost where we were because we got a little silly.
I actually wanted to share the actual limited these are the t-shirts. They are in a giveaway. This giveaway, we are in the second week, right? We are
Correct.
Yeah.
second week. So there's 3 more weeks for you to participate and actually be part of this giveaway and win one of these amazing t-shirts with the quokka in the back. Okay? The quokka.
Which
The quokka.
I guess I didn't actually ask in here, and if I did, it's like buried really deep. But speaking of giveaways, I think it would be really good to talk about like the one that you do daily. Because I've had people
Ooh,
asking,
yes.
like, tell us about the giveaway. So
Let's go
I
into
guess
this.
they really want to know. So which, yeah, you know, we're gonna let you tell the story, but this happens, is it every day or Monday through Friday?
Happens Monday through Friday, and then
Monday
on the
through Friday.
weekend, what happens? So we don't pay out on a Saturday, Sunday. We pay out on the Monday. So any trading that happens on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday gets paid on the Monday. That's why you'll always see Monday be a bigger amount because
Got
we're paying
you.
over 3 days rather than.
It's like 9K on Mondays, right?
It depends. So this Monday was 6K. We've had 10K. We've done 15K. Because it's per day, right? So if we're doing like we do up to 5K per day, so it can be anywhere from $1,000 up to $5,000 that we will give away. Everything is random selection, so the amount is randomly selected. The users are randomly selected, so on and so forth. And all they have to do is trade $20 at 20x leverage, and they're entered. The position doesn't like. People keep asking me, does the position need to stay over and can it roll over? It's on a per day basis. So it's the day. So if you did a trade today, for example, that you'll be entered into the giveaway for tomorrow morning. We announce it in the mornings, the UK mornings. But what happens is it's just sent straight to your wallet that you've traded with. We've given away the most we've given away to somebody is $1,000 because that is the limit. The minimum that we give away is is $20, I think. It doesn't happen very often, but we've had it where obviously somebody on the weekend won twice, and they won like on a Saturday and a Sunday. So they had one drop that was like $1,200 or something.
Oh, that's a nice.
So, for example, with Raf's won a couple of times. I think that's what he's trying to say, and he's done some really good trades. There's probably I'm not going to out anybody else. No, Raf won't mind because he'll out himself that he's won. Obviously, we don't know who you are. We don't know who the users are. The only reason I know Raf is because Raf told us when he's won. But if there are people in the chat probably that will confirm that they won or not.
Yes, but you have a few. So Dirk is saying have one. I don't know if I want to give his position away if he's the one that's like placing bets, but he said, and this is NFA DYOR always. He said, have won $hundreds over the last several weeks just for placing trades $20 at 20x leverage. Matthew said he's won multiple times. There's like a token in here. They said they sent loading to Tradesta. That's really kind of you.
Thank you.
Drew said he won 3 to 4 times. And it's like I've won. Like that's I didn't even think about it either. I was just like, okay, 20x long. And I didn't know what I was doing. So do not go in here thinking like, oh, I know how to do this. You don't. Or maybe you will. I don't know. Like, didn't you say there's people that have gone in here not knowing what they're doing and like 100x on something? And then like we've had
it where people like have done it and like they've heard about the giveaway and they've gone in there heavy. And we've, you know what I mean? But we run our, as you guys know, I think this is how we sort of met, but we run our own sort of streams as well on here, and we do it from an educational point of view, tell people what's going on at Tradesta, but also as well to make sure that we're approaching the right people, because like I said, we don't want people to come to the platform and absolutely wipe out and it be an absolute catastrophic experience for them. That's not the experience that you want. You want to come to a platform and understand there are a few things that we need to change. I'm not going to sit here and say we're perfect. There's a few things that need to change from the UI and the other side of it. But obviously, like, I'm sure you guys have got questions for me on that anyway. So I'll not answer those questions before you ask them. But yeah, there's lots of things that need to change. But we just like to give a good experience. The giveaway is ongoing until we say it's not, basically. Yeah. So there's loads of things going on at Tradester as well. There's some big announcements coming out. I've teased a few in our Telegram chat, but there's some big stuff happening. So yeah.
Oh, we're getting even more comments. I won multiple times. I trade on Tradester daily. The more you trade, the higher the chance. I don't think that's true. The higher the chances. So if you haven't won anything, just keep going. Somebody asked if there's stop losses. I think you said earlier in this platform you can. Yeah.
I mean, I think that definitely there is like a lot of things. The stop loss and the take profit are on the way, right?
Yeah,
Those
so
features?
yeah. So TP and so SL and TP, which is stop loss and take profit, is part of version 3. The reason it was part of the reason it wasn't there in the beginning is because the way that the platform worked. We don't charge slippage, we don't charge all the other stuff. So we wanted to get out to market relatively quickly. Version 3 is coming with a big bang. There is a lot of features going into version 3. A lot of these features will have been asked for, or they've been voted on, or they've, you know what I mean? We've taken the feedback from the users. One thing I'll say about us is we don't get scared by feedback. We don't see it as an attack. We won't grow as a product without our users. So if you want to stop using our product because there's not a specific feature there, we want to know that, right?
Yeah.
Like we need to improve it. Stop loss and take profits coming. It's coming in version 3. Version 3 is under development as we speak. There are also 2 new features coming, which I'm not going to mention too much detail about because of competitor analysis. But it's 2 features that have never, ever been done in DeFi, ever. One of those have never been done in TradFi either. So it is a very new feature, which I think will add a little bit of social aspect to trading, which is yet to be done. But it doesn't affect, it's not like anything that anybody else is doing. So it's completely new, which is pretty cool. As well as the other feature is you'll be able to open multiple positions at the same time using a multi-call function. Yeah, so there's a lot of things, like I said, there's a lot of things that still need to happen. And there's a few UI changes that I look at sometimes and go, that could be better. Like we need to filter assets a little bit better. We're now up to 27 assets on the platform so far. By the end of this month, will be a lot more than that because obviously we're releasing assets on a weekly basis now.
Yeah.
So by the end of the year, we should be at around about 50 to 66, something like that. Assets across multiple classes.
Oh, wow. I mean, there is a lot of differentiators. I think that really make Tracesta a perp with so many different, benefits for the user that is very, knowledgeable about, being part of a perp action, right? That execution where you're going to be doing a lot of leverage. So the reality is that one of the power features for Tracesta is the 100x leverage, which you cannot do in a lot of different other platforms. And that's huge. Yep. Why bring that to the table? And how do you think about balancing opportunity with, trader safety in this case?
So we brought 100x leverage because there wasn't anybody doing 100x leverage. And the reason that they don't do it is it's not because of trader security, it's their own platform security, right? So if you've got multiple 100x positions open and you've not hedged them properly on another platform elsewhere, or your liquidity depth is not there, right? Then that's what it is. It's the platform that's worried about themselves getting wiped out. It's not necessarily about the user, right?
Yeah.
I personally would never use 100x. I'm just going to throw it out there personally. We have had people do 100x. We had one user that had it open on Fartcoin and made a killing. They were like 7,000%.
No way.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was in the early days of the platform. And they did really well, but it was on like $20, 20x leverage, like $20, 100x leverage, sorry. And they made like 7,000%. So I'll try and dig the old tweet out and repost it because it was a good tweet. But yeah, we managed to use a risk by giving them the information prior. We ensure that a user knows what's going on the platform. We do the educational side of it. And I think as well, when it comes to platform security, we have limits in place, right? So when there's too many longs, obviously we encourage the short, so on and so forth, which we don't saturate the markets in that respect. And we have, I can't go into too much detail because I don't want to give away secret sources or anything like that of how we do it slightly differently. But the way that our risk management platform is different to some of the others. Everybody's is different, obviously, because they all have different risk management. But ours is built completely differently and in a different way for obvious reasons, because we don't have an order book. We don't plug into external liquidity. We've got that. We do have that. We just don't plug into it because we don't need to. We haven't needed to. And then also as well, we have other things in place to sort of protect us and the user, such as we don't have control over the position managers. We don't have control over the order manager. That's the only people that can control that is user, and if the user had liquidated the contract. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's no human interaction there. Whereas with some of the others, you can do a call to that particular piece and empty it.
That makes a lot of sense. Sorry I laughed while you were talking.
Okay.
Spicy Rich said, I've done 100x several times and lost every time. Don't do what I did.
Well, because like I think the question is like how to not get liquidated. I mean, it's kind of impossible because at 100 leverage, you're only putting 1% margin.
Yeah, exactly.
So imagine if the price moved 1% against you, you're liquidated.
Yeah.
So like you long BTC, for example, that is like in this time, I don't know the price, 117,000, something like that. With 100x, if it drops just like 116, your position is gone. So there is a lot of volatile, the market in crypto is very volatile. So even like blue chip assets, are regularly swaying between 1% to 3% in minutes. So you just have to like really have how they call it, scalping micro moves.
There we go. So I was literally just about to come and say something. You just beat me to it. I think I said that before, to be honest, but yeah. No, when it comes to what I would always say is somebody new, right? And I think the issue that you have with a lot of perps, especially now with the current narrative, you'll get a lot of people.
Ouch! Sorry, my cat scratched me.
No, it's okay. No worries.
Scared me then.
Scared me.
Sorry,
girl. I okay.
But no, I think with the narrative that you have now, you'll have a lot of people losing money, and that's because they're not used to it. They've never done it. So they'll go in there, they'll hit like a 50x, 50, 75x leverage position. Maybe even some of the platforms out there, some of the centralized platforms, go way, way beyond what we've done. They surpass the 1000x. I think on one of the platforms, there's one where you can do like 500x, 5000x. It's ridiculous. But they'll go in there thinking, "Oh my god, I've got $10. Let me bang this $10 in and do that." Or they might have $1,000 saved up, and they'll do that, and they'll just get wiped out. So the best way to do it is start with a lower leverage to begin with, like 5x, 10x, with a lower collateral amount on a less volatile asset. So like FX, they're always quite they move quite slowly. Or a less volatile crypto asset. Not that there is any that are really less volatile than others, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Especially right now. But I would say do that and learn the chart and learn your own psychology, right? Don't get greedy.
Yeah.
And micro profit. Like make some micro profits. Make $5. Make $3. And then go back in again, and or take that and reinvest it into a long-standing either position or a hodl. That is my advice, not financial advice. In any way, shape, or form, but like that's how I got into it in the early days. I made the mistake of going ham straight away and got absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, I think that we all have that type of story, but like I also do the same. Like when I started out in Solana, everybody's like, "Oh, you gotta trade shit coins," and I was like, "Okay," But I started with $1 and I got up to Solana. So all I did though was like I would put 50 cents in, take out $1, like just little tiny micro ones, and then I finally got up there, and then Trump like liquidated like the 5 soul that I saved. But we don't need to talk about that. That's in the
I think
past.
I think there is a great question here, and we want to bring it back. So Squiddy actually on Arena is asking, how many assets do you plan on having for the platform? Now,
Ooh.
right now, there is like a lot of them. I don't know the number. Those
So
numbers probably I will know, but like right now, I don't know the number. But how many do we have so far?
so currently, I'm just checking now. 20. I think we've got 22 assets now. If you're counting the ones that are about to release, there's 22. By the end of this year, we want to be at least 100 assets. Like conservatively 60. But the ideal by the end of this year, so by December, is to be like up there with like 100 different asset classes. To be able to, and that's across all of the supported markets, right? Not just crypto, but crypto, commodities, forex, stocks, and some of the RWAs. And there's some other stuff that we're doing in the background that's more client focused. Because a lot of people only see us as a perp dex, but obviously we do have a client arm of the business where we do development for other clients as well. So it's all around trading, and there's a big thing coming out soon as well, and we're going to be building that with Avalanche also. So there's some big stuff coming out. But yeah, in terms of the asset classes, probably 100, conservatively 60, depending on how the market goes over these next couple of months. Obviously, traditionally, next month is always kind of a bit of a. We always have that kind of little bit of a bear month, and then we have another little bit of a bull. So I'm just ensuring that we're protected for then, both the users and us. But yeah,
Atlas is saying bring bonds to trade that too.
bonds
Via
TNX
We
and
could.
TLT.
Yeah.
Someone said, I think less is better.
So there are mad ideas that we come up with, like bonds. We've also looked at interest rate, like the rates themselves, like the interest rates. And another one that's really out there, and there is another one out there, and it's NFTs. So like if you could leverage the floor price of an NFT. They don't move very quickly, so you wouldn't be able to do like mad leverage on them.
Yeah.
Because of the risk association.
Maybe like Pengu, because their price is always up, down, doodles.
Yeah.
It would be like your top ones, like your Pengu, your doodles, your no chills.
Yeah, I was about to say what AVAX wise would be like no chill, chicken.
Yeah.
Trying to think of like the other ones that would be
right now. Right now you have really good runners. Like you have Fartcoin, you have Pengu, you have XRP, Solana, Ethereum, BTC, BNB, AVAX, and then I think we welcomed AUD last week. And then the Euro GBP, then you have USD JPY.
Coming tomorrow.
And there is a lot of them coming pretty soon. So that's going to be very exciting. Actually, funny enough, I'm going to put it here because I can. Because I can.
You do that because you can do that.
I can do it.
Just do it.
So here it is. So here you can see actually all the different assets. They are already listed. They are on green. And then you have those that are going to come soon. So you kind of going to know. Just so you know.
The green means that the market's open and live. So if it turns red, it means that it's closed market. So for example, with gold, silver, and a few of the other assets that we've got listed. The Forex markets, not gold and silver, but the Forex markets have a close time. So like weekends and that type of stuff. So if it shows red, it means that the market's closed. Because it's linked to this. It's linked to the open market. It's not made up numbers. This is actually trading in the real market.
I go here.
That's the other thing as well. We're going to be reducing that to probably 2x, so it'll start at 2x.
Show the P&L calculator. It's top right.
Oh yeah.
It's the little button there.
You see this thing here?
Yeah. That's it.
Right. You see this here there? That's
right. Content on how to access it this week coming live.
Here you filled it up. you actually can search regular
So
AVAX.
for example, do
Please
AVAX.
Don't short, please. Don't short. Just go long, okay?
Click last,
Last.
and then enter the price that you want to close at. So if you're going long, let's put $50, for example.
150 because I have a conviction.
All right,
We have
then, that's what you
conviction.
wanna do.
Okay.
Enter your collateral amount.
Okay, but I want to I want to make a trade that actually is going to give me, something
all right, then, what's
faster.
the-
So let's do 50. Let's do 50.
But yeah, that makes sense. $50, and then enter your collateral amount.
Ugh!
You need to enter your collateral amount first.
She
Yeah.
is
I'm very
animated.
here. What
The
will
Red
be
Bull's
really good? What will be a really good collateral amount? Let's see let's see the. Don't
not
send me.
NFA.
Don't send
I
me
get asked these questions all the time, and it's whatever you can afford. Like, it's not a case of like there isn't a good amount.
Okay,
Obviously,
right.
$20, 20.
right now,
$20.
okay.
Do $20 just
Oh,
because of the.
Where am
the
I
giveaway.
going?
$20, 20x. Hit the giveaway. If you
$20,
get
20x.
liquidated, you still winning, son.
There you go. So
Are you
then
winning,
you
son?
you go
Calculate.
here, you calculate, and this is how much you will earn if you actually do this and your yield. I mean, it's not bad though.
So that's what the earnings would be. That's what your earning would be, and then the yield is what percentage you'd be up by off that trade. Let's not do that because I don't want everyone to go aping in at like 100x and then be like,
I
you
will
told me to
say-
do 100x. Like,
I will
yeah.
say to stay between this and this. And I won't even will go. I will go like here and just try it out.
Joey is in the comment section. He said 5K at 50x. Send it.
Hey!
Send that Valhalla. Putting out the intentions in the world that's where it's gonna be.
Again, not
Here's
financial
you.
advice.
Do F, NFA.
NFA,
Never. DYOR always.
No, I know. But
But yeah, the platform is, as you can just see there, is what I like to say. It's quite user intuitive. Like, anybody could use it. There is a story that I like to tell of my mum being able to place a trade on the platform. So my mum was able to actually go to the platform when we first built it. Obviously, it didn't look as good as this back then either. It looks a bit worse. My mum was able to, and my mum's never touched crypto, right? She was able to connect the wallet, enter a trade, and open. I think it was a $10 10x on AVAX, and she managed to open that position within like 5 minutes of looking at the PC. And I am so proud of my mum, and I'm so proud, obviously, that like the platform.
My gosh.
So
That's
my
amazing.
but yeah, it's a very straightforward platform. The bottom ones, where you can see here underneath, this is what I was trying to say before. You've got position history, order, and order history. That gives you all of the past informational data, so you can look back at your old trades and see exactly what you've done. Not only that, as well, you can see it all on chain. So if you go to whether it's Connect Wallet, you can click that, and it'll take you straight to your wallet and the position managers, and you can see exactly what's happened on chain. Everything is written on chain. Every operation happens on chain. There is no centralized. The only bit of Web2 infrastructure we use is AWS. That is it. Everything else is blockchain. Everything is stored on chain. We use Subgraph as our graphing material to bring our graphs in and bring our data in, so on and so forth. So everything is on chain, truly decentralized.
I'm a little mad that he said 50x when he could have 100x on that 5K.
Well, yeah, he could have done. We're the only ones right now.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, 100x on that. Come on now.
Let's go.
Loving this. Okay. I feel like we've answered all of our questions.
Yes.
Do we want to do like the quick fire? Is there
Let's do
anything
the
else?
rapid fire. Let's do the rapid fire.
Let's go.
He acts like he's ready, but he's not ready.
No, I'm never ready for this one.
This one's so fun. This is my favorite part of the segment. Okay, Luana, take us away.
I start.
Yeah.
Okay. So quick round. BTC or
your mic went out.
Your mic's gone.
You can hear me.
There you are.
Okay. So quick. So BTC or ETH?
Bitcoin all day, every day.
Oh heck yeah.
Bitcoin.
Favorite trading meme can't say Quokka.
What?
Parcoin.
Quokka.
Jefe.
Mine would
FA's
be
okay, yeah. But no, Quokka all the
You
way.
can't say quokka.
What the buff? There we go.
What the buff?
What the
What the
buff?
What the buff? Yes, I put money in that. And was sad.
What's one thing you wish every trader understood about perp?
It's not a money-making scheme unless you have the right psychology.
Let's go.
Good answer. Good answer. I feel like we're on a episode of if Tradesta had a spirit animal, what would it be? Don't say quokka.
Well, but that's the whole point of it. You can't say
Okay,
that.
let him be with the quokka. What will be for you, Van Ho?
It would.
A cat.
Why would it be a cat?
Because are you kidding? I could leave my cat at home for a week. It would just need food and water. That's it. They're easy.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's a
They're
spirit
simple.
animal. So
I wanna
You will
sleep.
leave Tradesta without
Okay, I
water.
I want to sleep all day. I don't want to do anything. I want to look at my food bowl when it's empty and be like, or when it's full and be like, you didn't put food in there. You know what I'm saying? Because I swear cats do this. Mom, my litter box.
Question. I think
It's my spirit animal.
No, she meant what would you choose for our spirit animal?
Yes.
Oh shit, my bad. I was like, yeah, I just want to lay back down
I
and
just
go
wanna
to
be a
sleep.
cat
Did
and
you
be
see
lazy.
how I went on that? Your spirit animal with trading.
Quokka.
It's fast. It's fast as
Cheetah.
lightning. It's on avalanche. Polar bear.
Polar bear.
Polar bear.
Yeah, polar bear. Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
It has to be like a panther, like some type of thing.
Oh yeah,
Like, it used to be
jaguar.
panther?
Jaguar.
Snow panther?
Jaguar.
A lot of testosterone here. We
That's
need
why I went
like
with polar bear.
we need people with balls here.
A
you
polar
know,
bear.
We need polar bear.
Polar bears are fast as lightning. Google it. That's my weird one
I'll
fact
tell you what.
about.
We'll go for
Okay.
an Arctic fox.
Oh,
Nick,
Ooh.
agile, have balls.
What the fuck says?
okay.
I like that song though. Okay. Most underrated feature on TradeStat right now.
The fact that we support Forex. I think
Is Forex not available on other dexes?
not that I've ever seen anyway.
Is it? What is it normally like? 2, 10, 20? Like how are they doing
I
it?
was known like Forex or like the foreign exchange, so I've never seen like
It- it's-
not 100x. Like,
Producer,
but
please don't put that in there.
can we roll that back? Oh no, we can't. We're live. Man. We're live. Roll back.
Oh
back.
my god.
I literally was thinking 4x because we just got done talking about 100.
No, Forex is in like FX.
Oh
You
my
know.
Forex.
god.
Like Forex.
Yeah, it's not very like heavily like. There's a select few people that use those assets, but they're a good way to hedge against your crypto positions. And then metal as well. There's a guy that's tweeted out recently about his silver position, and he's had it open for a long time, and he's doing
Aspiring nobody. That was my friend. I love him. Yeah, amazing trader. Whenever he was like, but is there silver? And I was like, actually, yes. And he's like, I'm obsessed with silver. He had like a whole story about why, and I thought it was so cool. He literally DM'd me and was like, thank you for like bringing me onto this because there's not other people that do metals. They'll only do gold. And he's like, yeah, gold is cool, but I like silver. And I'm like, like that's awesome. So I'm so happy that
Do you have a silver bar?
Me?
Yeah.
I've got
I
coins.
jewelry.
I have
Coins.
I have an actual silver
Yeah,
bar.
yeah,
I
they're
mean,
hidden
I bought them. I wish I bought the gold one when it was like 1890 or something like that.
Oh, it's like
Right now, I probably I will have like $2,000 more, I guess, on that. Something like that.
Before I
But would you
drop
have
this,
sold it already?
I
That's
wouldn't
a
have
good
sold it
fact
though.
on silver. There's a really fun fact on silver. So, and this is why aspiring nobody likes silver so much, by the way, because I'm kind of like him. I only wear silver. I don't wear gold, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they don't know what the supply is, and the supply of silver is lied about quite a lot, like because they don't know what it is, right? And gold is used for store of value, whereas silver is used quite heavily within industry, within technology, so on and so forth. So the supply of silver is a lot less than gold. There is more gold in the world than silver, is basically what you would say. But the price doesn't show that, because a lot of the silver, when you get to industry, is destroyed in the end. It's not reused. Whereas gold will be melted down, reused, and recreated. Silver, it doesn't happen so much with silver.
But you know, like I think it's like manipulated in some kind of way. Okay, it's gonna be kind of controversial, but
that's probably something they can actually make or something. You know, like in some way figured it out.
Jewelers, jewelers, people that actually has like certifications, and they have like a lot of like businesses in the United States. They're like, come here. We buy your gold, we buy your, you know, and a lot of these people go with this like cases from 1960, 1980 with silver, you know, and they're like, I'm never gonna use this. So they give it to them, they buy it for super cheap, and they go to melt it.
Yeah.
You know, and they make these blocks, and then they sell this to people. And I'm just like, I'm telling you,
that's a business on its own.
Well, yeah, there's loads of businesses that make money in gold and silver.
Yeah,
it's the whole industry.
Sure. That's why I feel like it's so important to actually, you know, diversify the way that you are actually investing, and try to utilize the benefits of not only go for the digital factor, but also go for the physical. Maybe you can find a really good resource right there.
Like, that's the whole reason for Tradester having such a diverse asset class, from crypto to what it is to real world. You could, if you played the positions correctly and you played it right, you'd be backed by one of your trades will back the other, you know. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that too much because there's a feature.
You're good.
And it'll allow you to sort of create that and all the other stuff. You know, use market insights analysis through AI and all the other stuff. So yeah, I'll hold fire on that one.
I will say that, you know, it's very important that when you are actually trading real world assets, or, you know, less liquid assets, you know, timing and price oracle, it's really what matters right there.
Yeah. Okay, before we close up shop and everything, because my last question did not make sense because we've already asked it. I don't know why it got thrown in there twice, because I'm special and I wrote this at like midnight. But where can the communities, one, get their hands on this platform, and two, how can they follow along with what you're building?
Sure. So the best way to do it is obviously on the socials. So if you follow us on X, you can get us at Trades to Perp Decks. You can also do the same on Arena. We post on Arena and X. We stream quite a bit on Arena. In fact, we very rarely stream on X. We stream pretty much only on Arena. And then if you want to hit us up over in Telegram, you can. In Telegram, there is a lot of information in there. We do the news insights. We do all of our tweets that come out, everything really. There is a trading channel as well where all of the different traders can communicate and tell each other what they're up to and help support each other as well. Mainly on the timeline, I would say. Catch us on the CT.
I'll see you on CT, which,
see you on the CT.
Yeah. And then I wanted to say too, because there is somebody in our chat that moved their stream time for us. Like, I think that's really nice. They said that they get a large following and they didn't want to compete with us. They wanted to be like allies. I love that. Like, we're never here to compete. So if you guys do, after we close up shop, want to go to the Drew and Malik live show, go catch out them. They also give really great information during their streams. We decided, like, thank you so much for giving us airway time, and let's just funnel some of our people to you. So if you guys have the time to go watch them, please do. And I just want to say, Tradesta, like, thank you for taking the time to come in today, tell us everything about the perp decks and how, you know, you guys are utilizing the Avalanche blockchain for speed and transparency. Like, really exciting news, hearing that you guys 100x have a P&L calculator, and how this week we have a lot to look forward. So if you're not following Tradesta, you're not looking into like the giveaways that they have going on, they have information coming out this week. They allow community votes in order to get assets that people want onto their platform. So very community based, very great with information and education on their platform, where they teach you how to use certain things along with ambassadors. So that way you guys can also have education and won't go in blind. So just thank you again for your time. And Luana, do you want to close us out, beautiful?
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you
My
so
God.
much.
I know.
My
I was like, I'm
God.
going to keep talking. I just need to quit.
I just want to say thank you so much, Karen, for being with us today. It has been amazing to learn more about Resta and what you can do, and also talk about leveraging, because now I can understand, your tendencies. But anyway, I just I really wanna say thank you to all our community for coming and coming and listening to us
Yes,
and
thank
talk
you.
about all these awesome topics. And at the same time, the creator program for those that want to start that workshop about creating content is going to be happening. I'm going to be posting about it this week. So we're super excited about that. So stay tuned. It's going to come first in our Telegram chat, and then after that we will actually push it on Telegram, on Twitter, or X, or Arena. Jesus Christ, what happened? Anyway,
I'm lisping and you're tripping on your words. It's a great combo today.
thank you
Good,
very
guys.
much.
Yin and yang. And I'm glad I'm not alone here, just suckering stuff with guys.
This is the thing about being good friends and best friends and working together, is that we kind of match the energy constantly. It's an alignment
Through
thing.
hell together. We already know
Yes.
what that's like. So
Yes.
only up from here. But no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great, amazing week. We see you on Thursday for Beetle Labs episode with Tom. And also we have the coffee break, because this Monday we couldn't make the coffee break.
Sorry,
but
guys.
Friday, we're going to be there with the coffee break at 11 a.m. EST. So
we're talking about graphic design. What graphic designs and AI, how those two things, whether you went from that into now. I want to hear the psychology, the mental aspect from somebody who is a legit designer. And we'll share with you guys a little bit of stuff that they made for us. So looking forward to that conversation Friday. We are Southern Goodbying. We will see you guys later. Luana, roll the sexy trade stat for our outro.
let's do that now.
Hi guys, thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye, Kieran.
Bye guys.